Hi friend, welcome to the monthly favorite series, which is a series of episodes where I discuss my favorite activities of the month, from books that I read to activities that I do as fitness, anything that I found interesting throughout the month. In this video, I will talk about my favorite books of January, why I found them interesting and what I liked about them. So here are my three favorite books of January. The first one is Mastery by Robert Greene, authors of 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, Law of Human Nature. These books talk about what makes someone a master at his craft, a master of his field. It talks about people that have achieved mastery in their life, such as Albert Einstein in physics, Charles Darwin in biology, Mozart in music, etc. There are three lessons I learned from this book. Number one, the importance of your primary curiosity. Number two, the value of learning above everything else. Number three, submitting to reality. Primary curiosity talk about reconnecting and finding our passion, finding our life calling, our life task through reflection and reviewing ourselves since childhood and what grasped our attention. What were we curious about? What is the passion that we had, or what was the dreams that we had when we were a child that we have forgotten while growing up and going through challenges and tribulation? We may have forgotten about them. The point here is to reconnect with who you really are, what you are passionate about, and how can you take the step to learn about it and dedicate the time in your life to this task, to understand it, to be the best at it in order to reach mastery. Number two, it talks about the value of learning above everything else. Most of the time we got caught up in the rat race. We chase money instead of knowledge, instead of wisdom, which is dangerous. From the book, I learned that time is the currency of learning, not money. Apprenticeship is not about the money. It's not about the title. It's not about a good position. It's about transforming your mind and your character, transforming yourself as a person in order to acquire valuable skill that is applicable and which will yield the highest reward. He said, if you solely focus on monetary gain, eventually the time that was not spent on learning will catch up with you and the fall will be painful. Instead, you must value learning above everything else. It will lead to all the right choices. Number three, submit to reality. Submitting to reality is important because it's about being open-minded. Most of the time when we are driven and working hard towards something, we become so focused that we don't pay attention to things that are going on around us. However, we must stay open-minded. We must stay grounded into reality, because this is where you will apply the knowledge that you acquire through apprenticeship. Staying grounded to reality is to understand the problem that is going on around you and find the right solution to solve them. By learning, by going through apprenticeship, by putting in the time, you will acquire enough knowledge to apply to those problems and to be open-minded enough to find solution. The second book is called Still Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. In the book, Austin Kleon talks about originality, imposter syndrome, and the concept of fake it until we make it. Imposter syndrome is about the fact that we don't feel like we belong, or we don't feel like we understand what we are doing. Which basically in the book is saying that most of us are just trying to figure out as we go, that nobody has all the answer, and that you should be comfortable not knowing, but at least trying to figure it out, trying to solve the problem, trying to give it a shot. It talks about fake it until make it. Fake it until you make it is a mindset that you have to start. Unless you start, you'll never give it a try. You will never know what's going to happen, and you will never make it happen. In the book, he wrote the definition of fake it until make it. Pretend to be something you are not until you are. Pretend to be making something until you are making something. It's just the idea of getting started and finding the answer. My understanding of the book is that it is similar to the concept of growth mindset, that you are not born with fixed trait and that you are malleable as human being. We all can grow, we all can get better. We have to get started, and knowing that at the beginning we are not gonna be perfect. Maybe sometimes we don't have affinity to those things, but we can learn through practice, through copying or stealing from people that we admire. Our mentor, even if they are dead or alive, it doesn't matter. If you can learn and copy or steal the idea through their books, through their work, and now applying it, mixing it, and creating something new, it's how you grow creatively. So the basic idea with Still Like an Artist is don't sell yourself short. Find a way to get started. Steal ideas from people that you respect and apply those ideas till you find new ideas, till you create something that is worth stealing, so that someone else will come and steal that idea and perfect it and then make it something better, something even better than what you already have. It gave example of artists and musicians that have copied people that they admire, their style of work, applied to their work, and then ended up developing something entirely new from that. That's the whole idea with still like an artist. The third book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's about financial advice and the tale of the richest man in Babylon, and the advice that it was given to his friend and families and people around him, the knowledge that he had about wealth and how he was able to amass his fortune. From this book, which is about ancient ideas of wealth and of wealth creation, there are two lessons that I retained. Number one, the rule of wealth creation, and number two, desire and growth. Rule of wealth creation is that in order to create wealth, you need to earn. Even though there are ancient principles about creation of wealth, I think it can be applied to anyone wherever they are in life, and if they do have an opportunity to earn wages. The basic thing is to start earning gold or money. A part of that money that you are able to earn is yours to keep. Before you go buy the Gucci, before you go buy food, before you go buy anything with that money that you work for and you earn, there is a part of that money that is yours, entirely yours, that nobody's going to take it from you. It is for you forever. That is the idea, that this money, once it comes into your wallet, it's not going to go back out anymore. It's going to stay here to create new wealth. It's going to stay here to accumulate and to create stream of income that you don't have to work for. And the point here is that you have to divide your earning in 10 parts, and 1/10 of that is what you save. The money that you are saving, you accumulate it enough, you invest it through someone who understands the rules of investment, so that you know that you have security in of your money, and that money that is yours will give birth to more gold or more money, and now they will create an army of money that will continually work and that will bring you more income. That is how you create wealth. There are other principles in the book, which is based on saving, investing, and budgeting money for your family, and if you have debt, finding a ways to pay that debt and applying those rules for your life. Those are rules that I think that they are applicable to anyone who can earn money. Even if the money that you are earning is not that big, make sure to keep a part of that to yourself. There's a quote in the book that I repeat that quote a few times to myself, and I think that it's a powerful quote, which says, "A part of all you earn is yours to keep." Just repeat it and you will see, you will understand it even better. Number two is desire and growth. In order to create wealth, you need desire to earn more, desire to grind, desire to work in order for you to gain that, to be able to earn and then save and then try to create more wealth. However, in the book, it talks about a specific desire, to have a clear desire of what you want. For example, when someone desires 5 gold, finding a way to earn that 5 gold, now they desire 10, finding a way to earn 10. And through desire, you will be forced to grow. You will be forced to become better. You will be forced to acquire more knowledge and become wiser, because only through knowledge and wisdom one can become more valuable and be able to earn more income. And here is what he said in the book: "The more wisdom we know, the more we may earn. That man who seeks to learn more of his craft shall be richly rewarded." And here is another one: "That's the seventh and the last remedy for a lean purse is to cultivate thy own power, to study and become wiser, to become more skillful, to act as to respect thyself." The last one is an audiobook written by Wolfgang Von Goethe, which was a German poet, novelist, and whatever else he was. And I was just curious about those old novels. And this one is called The Sorrow of Young Werther. And it's a novel about a young man and his love for a woman who couldn't reciprocate his feelings. It's about depression and anxiety and obsession about what doesn't belong to you. So this is the end of the video and all the books that I read and things that I learned from them. These are my favorite books of January. I'm also curious about what you guys are reading. So why don't you guys put in a comment what book you are reading and why you're reading it, what is the importance, so that we can all pick up on those books. And if you like the content, if you enjoy it, please like and subscribe to I really appreciate it. So thank you. You have a good one.